Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Audemars Piguet Royal Offshore, sometimes known as the Black Themes model. You can see and you can purchase this watch on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full commercial listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images, and naturally complete pricing details for this watch. On my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that this is the classical profile of the original 42mm Royal Offshore case. But what sets this example apart from most of those sold is the fitment of a full Audemars Piguet steel bracelet. It transforms the look and the feel and fit of the watch in significant fashion compared to its strap-equipped brethren. Now, the watch is not exceptionally thick. The 42mm, of course, not including crown guards, or chronograph pushers, and the thickness of the watch, 14mm, is less than appearances suggest. In fact, with a slightly sloped octagonal bezel, the watch will slide easily underneath the sleeves of a sport jacket, a blazer, or a loose sweater. It is across the wrist, the lug-to-lug dimensions, where this timepiece really asserts itself as part of the modern class of oversized watches. Now, from lug to lug, 54mm, but from the outermost point across the wrist, the plots that connect the lug to the bracelet on each side, they flare out rigidly and they extend the lug-to-lug span of this watch to 58mm across the wrist. And that's how the watch looks and feels. It has tremendous wrist presence. Eyes open or closed, you simply cannot forget it's there. Now, the bracelet is of superb quality, as is the clasp itself. Now, it's a double deployant clasp, and internally, you'll note the fitment of ceramic retaining balls. These spring-loaded retaining balls ensure that the clasp will remain exceptionally crisp, exceptionally precise, and wear with long durability, essentially retaining that crispness and the snap of alacrity that we associate with new bracelets long into the future. Now, the bracelet itself is of the same grade and finish that you would find on a traditional Royal Oak, albeit much more massively constructed. You can see that on the top there's a satin finish that catches the light through the undulations of the individual links, and then there's a beautiful hand-laid bevel polished along the flanks with corresponding satin-finished absolute flanks, so there's a small accent of polish between the two satin-finished surfaces. What you get when you buy a Royal Oak or a Royal Oak Offshore is a tremendous artisanal investment in the actual metalworking of the case, the bracelet, the bezel, and, of course, everything that interlinks here being hand-finished. The watch has an incredibly integrated aesthetic, very much in the image of the original Royal Oak, albeit on a nightmare scale appropriate to Emmanuel Geit's 1993 reimagining. It has the same integrated look of the original, but with a monstrous presence and an oversized demeanor that screams sports to a modern audience in a way that the now relatively genteel, one might even say dress-appropriate, original Royal Oak does not. Now, the watch is heavy on the wrist. One of the principal advantages to the bracelet, in addition to getting more handwork value, more artisanal value versus a strap, is that it nicely counterbalances the watch on the wrist, and that is no small consideration when you're talking about a sports watch this heavy. The presence of a full bracelet and deployant clasp effectively acts as a keel for the watch on your wrist, such that if you do like to wear your watch a little bit loose, it doesn't have any top-heavy tendency to capsize or porpoise. Now, the watch expresses its structure a bit more explicitly and transparently than the original Royal Oak, whereas you can see the lip of the bezel gasket on the original Royal Oak. Here, it's an integral part of the style of the watch. Moving inboard, you see the classic Royal Oak hexagonal bezel bolts, gold on the standard Royal Oak, stainless steel and polished on this version. You can see also the dial, maximum contrast sloping down from a tachymetric scale Rayhaut to a Grande Tapisserie dial base, which you can see to good effect, that quadrille style clou de Paris, again on an epic scale, suitable to the watch's persona, but with high contrast, white gold applied Arabic numerals, white gold hands at center, fully luminescent and quite legible, easy to read in bright light, low light, or no light, and abundantly loomed. Of course, you have the internal Cyclops magnifier for the date wheel itself, and behind the case back, solid and declaring this watch to be a early 2000s, early F series, we have a caliber 2226 with a 2840 chronograph module. Now, the base movement is a Jaeger-LeCoultre 889 modified for this application by Audemars Piguet. It beats at 4 Hz or 28,800 vibrations per hour. It features hacking. It features quick set date. It features a thin and fine profile, and again, the original JLC powered Royal Offshores also featured a soft inner iron shield for the movement, such that the watch was endowed with additional anti-magnetic qualities compared to later versions using the thicker in-house Audemars Piguet caliber. On top of the JLC automatic base caliber is a Dubois de Praz chronograph module. It is a vertical clutch system such that you can simply leave the chronograph running if you prefer. So whereas a lateral clutch generally discourages continuous use, you can use your chronograph continuously on this watch with that chronograph module if you prefer to have hours, minutes, and seconds readable at the center of the dial. Of course, the watch with a screw-down crown retains the 100-meter water resistance of the Offshore family, and of course, with the bracelet, you don't have to worry about destroying a leather strap as you do on the otherwise water-resistant, but perhaps inappropriately equipped Royal Oaks. The kind that have the leather straps always leave you with a little bit of doubt regarding their water resistance and generally force you to reach for another watch when heading to the pool or the beach. Not so here with this black themes. You can see it and you can purchase it on our website.